everyone, welcome back to my channel Mind Your Exam. So in this video we will be learning how to give or assign names to the elements that are present in a list in our programming language. So in the last video we studied how to create a list and how to access different elements of the list using the double square bracket notation. Now in this video we are learning how to write down the names for each of the elements of a list. So here I'm creating a new list named MyList using the list function provided by R, and this list contains 4 elements. The elements are Mary, Alex, One and Fred. Now as you can see, each element has been assigned a name. The name of the first element itself is name. The second element is assigned the name husband. The third element has the name children, and the fourth element has the name child name. So in this way we can assign a name to each element of this list, and these names will be helpful in accessing these individual elements of the list. Okay, so suppose we want to access the first element of this list, my list, which is element Mary. So first way of doing this is using the square bracket notation, as we learned in the previous video, whose description and link you can find in the description window as well as on the right side. Now another way of accessing this element is to use the name of this element. So the way of doing that is, first you write the name of the list whose element you want to access, then you use the dollar symbol, and then following the dollar symbol you write down the name of the element that you want to access. Okay, so let's execute these statements. Now if I execute the first two statements, control enter, you can see that the list has been created and the output is the first element, which is Mary. Now if I use the name notation and execute this particular statement, again you can see this is also giving you the same output, that is the first element. Now say I want to access the third element children, so I can do using the same notation. I'll write print. Please keep notice of the case sensitivity of our language. So print my list, then I'll use the dollar symbol, and then it is showing me the options which element you want to access using the name. Okay, now I want to access the children element, so I execute this statement and you can see we have got the output as 1. Now let's take another example. Here what we are doing, we are creating a students list where we are storing the heights of the students and the weights of the students. The heights is a sequence containing 3 elements, and the weights is also a sequence containing 3 elements. Now if I want to access this third element of the weights element of this list students, then how can I do it? First we'll see how we'll do it using the conventional bracket notation. So the name of the list is students, so I've written students here. Then this element 90 is a part of the weights element, that is the second element of the list students. So in the double square bracket notation I have written the position number of the second element, which is 2, and within this second element I want to access the third element, which is 3 here. So name of the list, double square bracket notation, and the third element. So when I execute these two statements only, see what is the output. As you can see here, I have got the output as 90. Okay, now another way of doing this is using the name of this element, that is weights. So I write down the name of the list first, which is students, then I use the dollar symbol, and then I write down the name of the element, which is weights. Now once I have accessed this complete sequence using the name, I will then go to the third element. Since this third element does not have any name, it is a sequence, it is not a list, so we will have to use the square bracket notation here. So here we write 3 in square brackets. So list name followed by the name of the element in that list and the position that you want to access. So if I execute this statement, you will see the output. We have got the same output as 90. So I hope you have understood how you can name elements in a list and access those elements using the names assigned to them. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video, mind your exam.